Okay, Merry Christmas, everybody. So, none of you actually sent me a Christmas present yet. Okay, so I will wait. You can actually WhatsApp me and send it to my house. Okay, so today for the Merry Christmas edition, we're gonna do something a little bit special. I'm gonna share some very, very deep inside things that I feel. Okay, so again, this is a disclaimer. Whether this is correct or wrong is really up to you lah, because everybody right has their own perspective and views about it. Okay, so why I want to share this, actually I wanted to share this long ago, but I don't want to be saying this too early, because I feel that I have to continue to monitor the market carefully, see what is happening, what are some of the signs that it has happened, and also how about the people around me, do they feel or see something coming. Okay, so for today's episode, right, Christmas edition, I will say that we're going to share something very, very 劲爆 boom, explosion, you know. So firstly, okay, I did write down lah, you know why? Because there's so many things to talk about at this time, and I think this episode is going to be long. Of course, you want to know everything, you got to finish the episode, because I'm going to make this episode into 3 parts, but I'm going to post it in one video. I don't want to post it into like a 3-part video. One video, you're going to get 3 parts. 3 parts is I'm going to tell you what has happened and what is happening now, and what I think will happen next year, and also a secret about why the market is doing like this, and also some very amazing investment knowledge that I have seen people that is buying property, that the way they think and whether is it right or wrong. Okay, so you really want to learn a lot of things, you must really finish this whole episode. Okay, so previously we know that from 2020 onwards, I wouldn't use 2019, because actually COVID really hit us. Is really I think we forget that COVID was COVID-19. It wasn't COVID-20. So COVID was always 19, but we already forget about COVID-19. We put COVID as COVID. So I still remember I did went overseas for Maldives for fishing, and also I did went to Bali at that time lah. Then later on, this COVID thing start to lock down. So it has already been, I think, 2 to 3 years plus minus lah. What happened is, because of COVID, okay, we don't go so far, but because of COVID, the property prices has been increasing. So every 1 year we see property price increase, or maybe not 1 year lah, every few months we see property price increase. Every few months we see people hitting the highest peak. So in resale project, if you look at it, right, if we from our system, we can see like highest, and then normally the highest, right, they will highlight in red. So in a lot of resale projects for the past 1 year to 1 year plus minus, we see like, oh, April someone hit highest, May someone hit highest. Like every few months we see a highest transaction coming up, and you will be surprised that why people are willing to pay for the highest transaction, you know. So this is a very big question. But throughout the whole 2020, people has been hitting highest transaction, 2021 highest transaction, and what happened is recently I feel that we have hit a threshold. Okay, why do I use the word threshold? Because I feel that everyone has a perception or a expectation or a perceived value of something, and many people are willing to pay a lot more. Of course, I won't say that all, we cannot use all, because the market definitely got people that's wrong, and definitely the people that's correct, people that know what they're doing and people that don't know what they're doing. I would assume that most people know what they're doing and most people understand. Okay, so this is why I put it as majority. So majority of the people and the buyer has already seen a threshold in the market. Okay, how do we recognize a threshold in the market? I'm very sure that now in your now you guys looking at the URA statistics, HDB statistics, you wouldn't really see much. The reason is because we have the majority buyers, means the few people that is trying to hit highest transaction. But if you realize, for many agents, selling of houses, or many sellers, I think you also know, for many sales that people are selling houses, you all know that not every property sell in 1 month anymore. I know previously, I think last year or starting of the year, I always tell you all that, hey, we always sell property in 1 month. This thing has started to slow down. Okay, or maybe 1-2 weeks. This has started to slow down. Now it takes a little bit longer already, and there is actually lesser people coming to view. And if today the highest transaction in this area is 1,100 per square feet, and you are trying to get 1,150 per square feet, 1,180 per square feet, you will realize that it's harder and harder to get. People are not willing to buy. Yes, you still get viewings. I will say that yes, we still get response. There's a lot of people that view, but there will never be an offer. There is no one that is willing to pay. So a lot of properties in the market is reaching a threshold, regardless whether is it HDB or private. I would say that the private side, right, the threshold is bigger. And not threshold is bigger, as in the effect of the threshold is bigger, because today if you post a price that is higher than the highest per square feet price, you actually don't really get so much cost anymore. But for HDB, people still get a lot of cost, and especially I would say the 3-room, 4-room flat, the smaller units, they are still getting a very high response, very high amount of people wanting to buy, and you will be surprised that many people are looking to pay full, not taking loan. Why? Actually, you must realize that a lot of these people, to me, they are from the private market, and they are taking this opportunity to get out of the private market because private prices are all-time high. It's the best time to sell, downgrade to HDB, and they are most likely going to retire in their HDB. They are most likely going to stay in their HDB, and even if their HDB lose 20, 30,000, 40,000 along the way in the next maybe 5 to 8 years, 10 years, that is only like 10% loss, because they only buy the house for like 400,000. But if today you go to a private market, are they able to lose just 20, 30, 40,000? So this is actually a very, I would say, clever move by a lot of older buyers now, meaning that they are selling away their private property at the highest point, going to buy a HDB, also not cheap, but because they are paying full, so they don't really care about the COV. And these people that are paying full COV maybe to them is 10, 20,000 plus minus. To them, they don't really care. Why? Because like I just repeated just now, is that even if they lose, they're going to lose like 30, 40,000. It's not going to be a very, very big amount compared to if they don't sell their new launch now. You can see that if it's $50 per square feet out of 1,000, it's already about 50,000. The gap is getting bigger and bigger, and you actually lose more money in terms of per square feet in the private market because of the quantum, because of the amount that you are buying. Let's say 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million. So this is something that is already happening. Yes, I do agree that in statistics you still see price going up, but the question is, if you look into individual condos one by one, is the prices still at highest price? Meaning that in the recent 3 months, December, November, October, do you see people breaking the threshold of the highest price, means getting the record again? Actually, majority you don't see. Yes, I will say that you will still see in some of the condos 1 or 2 crazy people that do record again, but you will see that most of the record comes in the first half of the year, or around June, or the first half of the year. Currently, in the last quarter, I realized that lesser and lesser people are really buying, and the effect of 2020 December is a little bit lower and lesser compared to 2021 December. So this is what is happening. A lot of things has reached a threshold, and if you realize things are harder to sell, the stock market, if you follow a lot of big time investment YouTuber from US, you realize that the stock market is about to crash, and that's what they think, and a lot of them are throwing away their stocks in millions. And there's also, they did explain reasons like their government has stopped printing money and stopped buying a lot of things, and if you know that MAS also released a recent article that interest rate is coming up, many people are going to mortgage loan, they have to be careful because interest rate is crawling up. Last year interest rate was at about 1 point something. Now interest rate is already around 1.25, 1.3. Okay, I will say that this is something that everybody got to take note lah. Instead of just listening to all the good news in the market, I think is going to be more clever if you be more rational and really study the market. Okay, then in the recent days, I think that there is people that is in the FOMO. I think people keep talking about FOMO. FOMO is a fear of missing out. And because of fear of missing out, I realized that there's people that there's this marketing sentence, or do I say slogan, that says that if you don't buy blah 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 project, there's nothing to buy in the market now. Then people were like, wow, if I don't buy this now, there's nothing to buy already leh. You know, this is the last one or last two that is in the market since 2019. If I don't buy now, there's nothing to buy already. Then people, this is trying to like implement that if you don't buy now, there's nothing to buy, no, you're going to miss the wave. But in my heart, I will be like, why don't you all think like, why everything is so off, but left these few things? I feel that this cannot be a reason for people to be investing few $100,000, few $1 million. It can never be a sufficient reason or a good reason that I'm buying because there's nothing else left and this is the last few. I think it's really, really wrong to think that way, okay? And then I also realized that because the prices are high, people have fear and people are lost. Because today the prices are high, there is still many people that need to buy, okay? Need to buy, not want to buy. But they will always ask themselves, do I need to buy now? Because I'm getting a lot of inquiries from a lot of buyers, and a lot of time after they inquire with me, they didn't buy. You know, they go back and rethink their strategy, and they go back and rethink that should they really buy now or should they wait a while more. I think people are starting to feel that sorry. People are starting to feel that the price is very high, no? And do we really need to buy now or should we wait a while and see? I feel that a lot of people are in that scene now. And this is also a chicken and egg effect. Because of this effect, you realize that people are not willing to pay threshold. But in 2020 and the start of 2021, people are willing to hit record. People are willing to say that, hey, I can pay 20 per square feet more, I can pay 50 per square feet more. So what if I'm the record holder, you know? Also, I realized that, okay, this part I'll talk later. But this is the thing that is happening now. So if you look at it next year in 2020, so now we're going to talk about 2020. 2022. Oh my god. Okay, 2022. Okay. You must understand this topic actually take a lot of my brain juice. So I hope you all appreciate this topic and hit the like button. I also feel that it's not wrong for me to actually share this topic because there is nothing that always go up lah. You know, some things will have to go down sometimes or go sideways sometimes, then go up only later. So I don't think there's anything wrong for me as a property agent to tell people that, hey, you know, you got to buy in a clever way. Okay, so anyway, next year, what happened is this year there's a few en blocs that went through. Actually, not a lot. We have something in Bukit Timah, we have something in the city area, we have Peace Center that gone through. Then we have some other en blocs that haven't gone through yet and say that they will go through in January, which we're still waiting. So actually, this year the en bloc scene, I will say that it's not amazing. It's not to the extent that many people have successfully en bloc. I also know many people that are not getting 80% signature. They didn't manage to get. And en bloc is failing and they are not as amazing as 2017, 2018 because today resale prices are all-time high. So when resale prices are all-time high, people start to get a lot of imaginary feeling and greed about their prices. They feel that my price can go higher. This price is not high enough. You know, this is something that is happening a lot in the en bloc market, because people feel that if resale prices is going up, it keep going up, means my en bloc price should keep going up. But the en bloc price has gone up to a premium that it has become unreasonable, or it has become totally unaffordable to have en bloc happening. So the gap in knowledge and understanding about prices and affordability is getting bigger and bigger and bigger due to the price in the resale market. So this is something that is also showing me sign that the threshold is there, the threshold is there, the threshold is coming. In 2022, we will have a lot of new launches also, but a lot of new launches are going back to OCR, RCR area. Instead of having all the new launch now CCR, if not all the small project, 100, 250, 60 units, there is actually not much of big projects. So when I talk about RCR, my RCR is a little bit backwards lah. Actually, I don't know whether Ang Mo Kio is still within the RCR area, but next year we will see Lentor, we will see Sims Barracks, we will see Ang Mo Kio, we will see a few of these new launches, which I feel that their location is actually quite good. But one thing is, looking at their GLS prices, which is the price, the land bid price that they have actually bought the land, we already roughly know how much they're going to release. And with this price that they're going to release, is it still affordable? But when we ask this question, this goes back to 2019, when a lot of people also question that, is this price going to be reasonable? But again, we cannot forget the fundamentals that there is 5 years for this developer to sell. So if this developer buy the land and they're going to start selling in next year, they have until 2027 to sell the land, or 2026 plus minus to sell the land. So they can actually take their own sweet time to sell, to be frank, because a lot of projects that launched in 2019 plus minus, today they are almost sold out, and it's only 2 years, 3 years. They're not even 5 years. And most of the 5 years project, I don't think there is many that is not sold lah, but most of them are sold. Actually, to be frank, the market is also quite transparent one. Good things sell very fast, not good things sell very slow. But I will say that in Singapore, I always tell you all, not good thing also got people buy one, because everybody has different perceived value of houses. And I realize, I'm a buyer myself. So I realize that when people want to buy something to stay, they are looking at buying something they like. So they are willing to pay more. They don't really care about whether it earn money or not. But when you're buying something to invest, it's a little bit different. Then there's a lot of people that will say they want to buy something to stay and invest. But you will realize that eventually the factor of staying will always be more than the factor of investing when it coming to buy a place for own stay, because there's always this emotional factor of where you want to stay and what you like. So it's normal, because this happened to myself also. Is how much percentage of investment reality do you really put into your purchase? Is it 50-50? 70% reality of investment concept? Or only just 10-20%? So it makes a difference, okay? So we will see. I think the 2022 launch, the whether they sell or they don't sell, or what prices they launch, will actually determine a lot about the next few years prices and the trending. I didn't so from the start of the video to the end, I will not say that the price will drop. To be frank, I will never say that the price will drop, because I cannot predict the future. But I feel that there will be a sideways trend. There will not be an upclimbing trend like what we have for the whole of 2020 and 2021 for the last 2 years. I don't think the upward trend will continue, because this drag in prices is a little bit too long, a little bit if you all know a little bit of investment knowledge, you will understand this, and this is also the reason why people are feeling the hit in the US stock market, because they feel that the value is never realistic anymore. Everything is overvalued. So if you really still think that your property is undervalued, then good for you lah. I will say that yes, I still have to say that there is still things that can buy in the market now. It's only whether you know what to buy or not. Okay, so the Enbloc market next year will also determine the movement of the market. Because if the Enbloc market continue to succeed, and there will be a lot of Enbloc that will actually happen next year, because everybody started around this year, they get 80%, everything they'll start tender. The first few big players that started Enbloc and managed to get 80%, they will launch like in December plus minus. Okay, so there's some bids that's going to come in December, so we wait for the news in December, January. But if it really goes on, it should goes on to around June, because these people have 1 year to get their signatures. So if they really manage to get their signatures, they have around June. So actually 2022 will actually fully flush out the truth about whether the prices will continue to go up or not. So I think it's something that people can monitor. And if you really need to monitor lah, by the time you wait for the news to report, it's the same as the share market lah. By the time you wait for the news to report, I will say that it's too late. I'm sorry. Okay? So that's all I can share with y'all. And also, I want to give a very important point to end this whole Christmas episode, okay? Is that today I realized one thing, okay? Is that because of COVID, we are not going overseas. People are full of cash, full of money. Some people, they do really, really well because of COVID. Some people didn't do well because of COVID. There's always winners and losers in the market, and Singapore is actually one of the place that I think most of the people became winners rather than losers. Okay, so if is COVID permanent, I would say that COVID is going to be here, but the effect of COVID is not going to be permanent. Things are going back to normal. You can go out dining. You can take a vaccine. Is Omicron going to hit us? As of now, the statistic is that Omicron is not something that will kill you. It's just more transmissible, and it's not something that is going to. It doesn't. I mean, of course, this is not 100%. But if you read the news, a lot of people have already said that seems like the vaccine is going to work for Omicron. You know, I cannot tell anybody like what will happen, or I myself cannot predict what will happen to Omicron, or like what will happen to COVID. But you all have to ask yourself, what happened during the COVID? People cannot go traveling. People don't go out because of lockdown. People don't go out and spend money. This COVID effect, is it going to stay forever? Because COVID is a very big reason why property prices are going up. I think COVID is also a very big reason that people are staying at home. They are going out to play lesser, and they are focusing on this word called investment. So now the trend is everybody also talking about investment, how to invest, whether is it crypto, property, or shares. But this is also because of the COVID effect. So when you got nothing to do, you just on your computer look at the share, or go out buy, you know. It's like everybody have some excess money rather than spending it on leisure and enjoyment. But the traveling thing is going to open. I start to see a lot of YouTubers, a lot of couples, young couples are going overseas. Okay, maybe not young, just some couple not young also go overseas. So many people are going overseas. This overseas thing will gradually open up. So my question is, today, because of COVID, people value the property more because they have to stay at home, they spend more time, they work from home. But is this effect going to go on for the next few years? Because if this effect is not going to go on for the next few years, go and think about it. Do you think that property prices will always be on an upward trend? This is something that I think that many people got to brainstorm and think about it. Because to be frank, today rental prices is all-time high. Rental in Singapore is really very high. I've seen a lot of HDB houses, even the houses that I manage, we are getting $200-300 more from the tenant every month because of this hike in rental prices. Okay, so go and think about this. And then also I realized that because everybody is into this word investment now due to COVID, are you doing the monkey see monkey do method? do you really understand what you're investing, or are you just watching videos, listening to your friend, and your friend do a sales talk until like it's so amazing? Do you really understand crypto? Do you really understand the US stock market? Do you really understand property? Because I start to see more and more people doing things blindly. And every time when these people they try to share with me a concept, I realize that the concept is not correct and it's not what I learn, understand, or I actually okay, I'm someone that I actually read a lot about investment. I try to understand everything before I really invest. So when people tell me a lot of things, let's not talk about other things that is not my expertise, but just property, a lot of understanding is wrong. You know, I feel that the mindset of there's nothing else to buy, this property is going to increase price due to this, that. The reasons given are not sufficient. Okay, my customer will understand what I'm saying because I share a lot during their purchase and I try my best to make sure that they purchase the right thing. So that's it for this video. It's really a long video, but I really hope that you finish the video. And I'm going to put it as a one video because there's so many things that I feel that in this video is so important and it really helps. I really want to do this because I really want to help my viewers. So if you really like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching to the end and stay tuned. I'm going to release more videos in 2022 and I think there's a lot of more topics to talk about. Whether is it an up market, whether is it a down market, I feel that there's going to be a market shift in 2022. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode and bye bye.